Hey everyone, hope you're doing great. Last week we completed the Shiny Charizard challenge. We also had our second Yu-Gi-Oh locals and had some Pokemon product delivered, which went over quite nicely. This week we have Dragons and Legends and a couple other fun things planned, I hope. So let's get open some boxes. Okay, so Bandless just happened. I guess we should talk about that. It might be slightly pertinent to what I actually want to talk about, so we do need to cover this first. But yeah, I was on my way here, and it happened. So I don't know. Let's just go over it, card at a time, and see what happens. So starting at the top, we have Block Dragon, Jet Synchron, and O-Lion banned. So instead of banning the problem, which is Needle Fiber, instead they're just banning more tuners. Because it's not like Quick Draw Synchron and another monster can't do what Jet Synchron did. And Jet Synchron's searchable. And special summonable. And any other monster. O-Lion's kind of interesting because it prevents the Aurodon abuse. I guess that's cool. And Block Dragon prevents some Adamant Spitter abuse. So that's cool. I guess the bans are alright. Really, Needle Fiber is the problem, but that's okay. They probably want to sell Needle Fiber and another product later on, which is probably why they kept it. And as soon as that second product happens, then it'll get banned, like O-Lion. From a market perspective, I didn't have much of stock in anything. I had some common Jet Synchrons left, no biggie. I had a few Block Dragons left, no biggie. And O-Lions, I pretty much sold them all, except for a few. When Needle Fiber came out, I sold a lot of the rare ones when they exploded in price. And when the Ultras came out in Battle Legends, I sold those too because they were max rarity. So, all in all, I'm not really affected by this. 2-1, we have Double Iris Magician, Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, Called by the Grave, and Harpy's Feather Duster. So Double Iris Magician won't really do much of anything, I don't think. Unless Triff really hypes it up, I don't think the price will explode too much. I do have some. If I saw them, I saw them. Call by the Grave is interesting because it keeps hovering. But I think it's going to go back to 2 eventually, and then back to 3 eventually. So I'm going to stick with all of them and put them in the forever box. See what happens. On that note, I don't actually have much left because, I sell them almost whenever I get them. So no biggie. I'm not much affected by that. Rusty Bardiche is cool. I had a few left when it got banned, so I put them in the forever box. And now they're going in the case because they're worth $5. So if I sell them, that's great. If not, not a big amount of money. Feather Duster, though. Feather Duster. I had 2 SDDs and a Legendary Collection run. I got them for almost nothing throughout the years, stuck them in the box because one day we'd get it. And we did. So I've already sold the 2 SDD ones for a lot of money. So that's fun. Still the Legendary Collection Yugi one at the time of this video, but again, there's already a buyer, sort of, thinking about it, because everyone needs one. So it's gonna get sold, so that's a big win for me. Semi-limited cards include Sir, Graf, Dragon Blaster, Totally Awesome, and Malicious. Malicious will be the teeter-totter of the ban list forever, not a big deal. Sir and Graf, they're easy to get, not a big deal. ABC Dragon Blaster, I have a bunch. I kept them in the forever box. They slightly increased in price, but not a big deal. And Totally Awesome, I don't have any. Whenever I get them, I seem to sell them for some reason. So that's fine. It's not really a skin off my back. 2-3, we have Makiura the Disruptor, Tour Guide, Evagishigas Kraken, Pantheism the Monarchs, and Widow Anchor. I have a whole bunch of Widow Anchors, so that's good for me. I have a few Pantheism the Monarchs left. It's not something I really went into because Monarchs are at the point where they're that bad where I don't think bringing Pantheism to 3 will make a difference. I might be wrong. Maybe Monarchs will become very good. I hope they do. I have a whole German Monarch deck sitting in my display case. I really want it to be good, but I don't think it's going to be great. Regardless, I have some, so if people want to buy them, they'll buy them. Makiura is unbanned because of the errata. It's getting re-released in the Rage of Raw, so not a big deal there. I have a few in the Forever box, but they're probably not going to go anywhere. Tour Guide is cool. I have a few left. That'll go quickly, I'm sure, because Burning Abyss best deck. I hope so. I really hope so. And Gust Kraken. That's kind of interesting because it's been limited. It's been not a 3 for a while, and I don't think it's going to do anything. I think the meta's evolved to the point where Gust Kraken doesn't matter. Regardless, I do have a couple in the Forever box, so if I sell them, that's great because they're going up. If not, yeah, whatever. That's it. So in terms of a market analysis, definitely more of a win than a loss, that's for sure. Harpy's Feather Dusters, that's great. Overall, I'm profiting from the list, and nothing else really matters too much. Something I wasn't doing was picking up needle fibers because I could have sworn it was going to get hit on the list, but it didn't. So now they're going to go up a little bit in price. So I should probably try to get some before they do that to a crazy amount. But, you know, besides that, that's it for the ban list from my perspective anyway. I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't really care. But the money that comes in because of it is going to be good, thanks to Buster. Now, going back to the main topic of hand, the whole you got to do things to make your business work type of thing. Are you guys familiar with free samples? You go to grocery stores or like perfume stores, soap stores, I don't know, and people are just giving out the free samples and they're showing you how things work. They do that because they want to, you know, sell you the product that you hooked on. Now, I don't give out anything for free unless you buy a lot, and I'll throw in some comments your way or something. But we're kind of taking a similar approach, which we've done all along by building decks for people and convincing them to buy them. Here are the Yu-Gi-Oh examples and the Pokemon example that I'm working with, and you'll see what I mean. The first Pokemon deck is Mad Party. It's relatively budget. It's the cheapest good deck there is right now. The deck is mostly commons, a couple uncommons, a rare, and a few staples. Lowest price you can build this deck for is just over $100 Canadian, which is really affordable considering people just want to get into the game for as little, you know, money as possible. I've been playing Mad Party here at the locals, another guy has been as well, and I've been lending out my Mad Party decks for people to play. I've shown them how they work, I've showed them, you know, what the merit is. They can take games on the bigger decks, which is good. And now someone in the dude is going to be buying a Mad Party deck. Another person is. I'll give you this week's example when we get there tonight, because Pokemon's actually in a few hours, isn't it? Yeah, a few hours. This day is just going by. For Yu-Gi-Oh, 2 decks. First deck is Grenmaju. Someone wants a good Grenmaju deck, so I need to convince the person that the cards in the Grenmaju deck will be good. It's really like no convincing to convince Grenmaju was good in the first place, because Grenmaju is always the best deck of any format because it's Grenmaju. It's just normal summon, attack per game. The issue was the danger variant isn't very good anymore, you know, because, well, Nessie and Jackalope and Tsunoko. You just can't do that as consistently and reliably anymore. You just can't OTK going second to nowhere. So what we've done is we've focused on a trap version. We use things like Extravagance to banish cards to get Grenmaju power, along with one random Gizmic in the deck. And then, until we get Grenmaju going, we can try to stall with Inspector Border, because Inspector Border is a floodgate on itself. And then we're going with a trap version because the deck now has cards to combat everything. Between Imperial Order, Summon Limit, Mistake, and other good traps, you know, the deck's just a brick wall to try to beat against. And sometimes you just can't win. I've tested some games, and it's gotten games on like the top decks of our locals. So in theory, the deck can just win locals with very little brain power required. Because sometimes you just open Border, set 4 traps, pass. And that sometimes is enough to win a game in Yu-Gi-Oh now. So yeah, that's the first deck. The second deck that we're talking about is Dogmatica Invoke. There's really not much convincing because everyone knows this deck is tier 1, especially now with the ban list that didn't touch it. Everyone knows this deck is going to be great. So I really didn't have to work hard to convince the person to buy the deck. But we've been talking with the person and throwing in some tech ideas that can maybe combat the, you know, the meta, our locals meta anyway, because regionals aren't the thing right now. And I've been playing games with that deck. I'll play some games with it Saturday, just to make sure everything is working as intended. And once the person sees that, they're going to buy the deck card. And that's the sale. And it's a big one too, because that deck is expensive. That's enough of that. The best way to do things is to put what you preach into practice, so let's go do that. Draw 4.
Yeah, the key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Mitch, you gonna buy Mad Party yet?
I literally just told you I'm broke. Why are you saying that to me? That just hurts my feelings.
Are you gonna buy Mad Party?
I can't.
When you're not broke?
Information in your credit card.
When you're not broke?
Perhaps.
That's a yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a yes. I just need money.
You're doing 90 total.
What you like?
60.
Mad Party
Space?
Did you equip the link one?
Yeah.
Will of the Salmon Grave. Activate.
Thank you.
Kick these, so what's your point?
Brandon!
Yeah.
Did you say yeah? Oh, it's because you're Brandon, right?
Your name was called, yes.
There you go.
We had 10 people here, which meant 4 rounds and top 4. Here are the 10 decks. Comment down below what you think made top 4.
I want this.
Activate?
Yeah. Macabre? Yeah.
That's not what that card is.
Yeah.
Activate Invocation. Solitaire FTK. It's like Solitaire. Oh, I'm so good at this game.
Don't guys notice how Mario's funny?
Wait, who's Mario?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that YouTuber?
Special summon on the tree.
Where's the nearest bridge?
Or are we talking about the Italian plumber that saves a princess with a giant turtle?
Okay, now I'm gonna push him off the bridge.
Me first.
Alright, here you go. 25 cents. And 3 sexy boxes. Oh, yeah.
You only get 2 packs?
Yeah, I think it's an unnecessarily large box.
Oh, you got a Jinzo.
It's an instant fusion Dark Hole.
Battle face? 3K? Yeah, I got it. Yes! Finally. He's like, no, why are you asking me?
Made a whole fucking big deal. Awesome.
I didn't hear a thing. He's like,
Yeah. I know what happened. I still didn't understand.
I forgot what happened after that.
okay. I can breathe now.
Can you? The top 4 consisted of Megaliths, Infernoble Knights, Danger, Grand Maju, and Dark Magician. Megaliths end up winning again. Great job to the Megalith player. Besides that, we finished up the night with some card games and some pizza. That's got Brandon so close. Look at that.
Mario. 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they deserve the tip of $1.
They make hundreds a day.
That's it for this week's episode. To follow up on the previous items, Danger Grand Maju is ready to go. It's sold. The Mad Party deck, as soon as the guy gets money, it's sold. And Dogmanica, we're still working up the kinks, but it looks like it's on the way out. Next week, there's nothing new coming out to my understanding, but you know, we have some fun things to do, so we'll go ahead and do those next week, so you want to stay tuned for that. That's it for this week's episode, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Do you want to play some Dragon Link mirrors? I thought we were doing the Digimon video.
You guys do. It's all good. I'm going. You guys do your thing.
Are you staying or are you leaving?
No, I'm gonna be leaving here in a minute.
Then play.
No, it doesn't matter.
Play, we can do it after.